from inside the womb might provide us room to change trajectory. Nothing's refractory. Save your parental hysterics. Listen to Denise's less and more to Derek's. Yes, the dads. The dads can talk well, chatting about pain, in language plain, car talking, walking kids through the pluses of their day, plant some new memories. It matters what you say, be positive, be realistic, and be brave. And then the dynamic duo, or perhaps trio, no less, on neuroplasticity. Lacking placidity, oozing facility, both on the quest for biomarking, harking forward to predict poor results. Sure, insults, they happen, but can we shift their rhythms, save the schisms? I'm all for cognations. I long for fast brain oscillations, for high peak alpha frequency across the nations, make us all nigh to recovery. Let's implement this discovery, excite our brains. But wait, tempered claims, early gains. Mr. Radio Voice, pulling, not pushing, his dulcet tone dances, lulling us all into trances of hypnosis with explaining pain. It enhances effects of other stuff, but that's not enough. Brian, iron off shape. Hypnosis to help explaining pain. Just saying. Mr. Magic Twitter artist Josh Pate introduces Keen Kevin, Boss Brian, Researcher Rachel and Physio Kate. 5 problems needing common terms, a tool to assess. Nephew Batman to impress. Josh's what, why and how of pain, no less. And from the home of country music, an acrobat arrives using light to control our lives. Infrared neural modulation, lasers way more precise. No skin contact. Nice. Selectively blocking the small diameter fibre, a cyber hit on glia and microglia and macrophagics, shifting calcium flux, aligning the ducts for reversing hyperplastics. David starts up. He summarises first. Heat burst experiments, lighting up cortex, a temporal vortex around effect. Let's start with the rats. Now that's a trick. But look at what happens at month 6. Anxiety behaviour and shrinking prefrontal, a shift from sense to more disgruntled. Emotional systems seem pain incumbent, not least the nucleus accumbens, in which Gaga seems better than Swift. So long as you're snoozing, get the drift. Posh accents from across the world, Chris Eccleston in his office unfurled, emphasising function. What is the purpose of pain? To protect. Is this a revolutionary idea? Is pain a solutionary feeling? Providing the constant urge to change tack? Might attacking this embodied view of pain lead to further gain? The major challenge remaining is this: what works for whom? Beyond the RCT, we should zoom in on this, and on multi-dis, interdis, transdisciplinary care. Be courageous and bold, ambitious, go for gold. Back to one of Adelaide's finest, Paul Rowland, no D. Eloquence and controversy on pharmacology progress, a blank screen. Then Olicidorine started well, Nobel, no less. Could it be the future? Let's hope so. And the FDA computer says, no. Risks and unfortunate side effects. Sufentanil, tanezumab, vixotrigine, arenumab. Some new things coming, but what can we say? The spoiler alert, it's in the DNA. And pain revolution is underway, a slow journey, only at the end game, join it, enough said. And what, says Lauren, if an overprotective system is right, isn't the bigger buffer worth the false frights? But I survived, I shouldn't complain. I'm alive, I'm grateful, dismiss my pain. From a research perspective, where do we start? Let's not put the horse before the cart because meaning seems key. Experimental psychology models that explain all we see. Overscanning, worry, fear, maladaptation, show me the proof, nothing's wrong. But with cancer, hear the abrogation, you gotta know we're singing a different song. I can't stop associating pain with fear of cancer returning. I'm a servant to luck, but every time I get pain, I'm like, oh fuck. I get out of breath, oh fuck. A challenge supreme. How can we change what it means? How do we de-threaten pain after cancer? Is precise pain education the answer? Our left fielder, a New Yorker, now in the gong, standing between us and our food, suggests nothing quite as rude as "you've got it all wrong," he says. "Rethink the whole song," he says. "The content-based idea is off. I've had enough," he says. "Radical inactive pain. For ease, the 4 E's, embodied, inactive, embedded, extended, only one hand left, upended. Stop depending on daily speech, it's plain. Shift from representation to constant engagement. Get driving out of the engine and into your day." Lunch, lingering, we leapt into language lyrical, a Brisvagan Professor Sussex, our lexicon discussing from God to medicine to drugs. The story is long. Throughout, we surrender to words, underage and with gender. Our culture, values, tradition, ethnicity. Don't presume we share even Englishicity. Men's words have with swearacity, women graphicity. But mute, we certainly are not. My uterus is being carved out. Insightful accounts, ranking words for frequency despite male delinquency, delightful counts of stabbing, cramping, sharp and dull, lancinating? I think not. Like a metal fist, like it's burning hot. Metaphor, similarly, we must tread with humility. Humans in pain, simple, they are not. And back to the coalface, comrade Cow to the pulpit. 3,000 reviews, now he's out of the bullpit. Rescued by Briggs, "Man, get up from your desk. Bring these observations to light, your burden to rest. Describe this lens. Socio-psycho-bio is eclipsions," though that term will give Mr. Sussex conniptions. 370 pages he lifted, all on one miserable soul. Sore wrists, the trigger, but now sadly not imitable. Whole psychobiological dysfunction. Operations, interventions, what have we done? Our diagnostic pretensions dragged into surgery. Hypoxic muscles, the focus should be us in perjury. Nosy plastic, hocus pocus. Rayner says, "Time is up, Cal. One last word," with the torment of the physician who cares. "For the sake of them all, we must do better," he shares. And now Annie shouts from Northern News with glee, "It exists. That's good, don't you reckon?" she says. "In a place where opioids are common," she says. "The right folk are coming, it seems," she says. 19 workshops already from just 2 FTE, she says. Groovy workshop contents, pain learning, not education. Mindful movement, stress reduction, she says. Medication, sleeping, eating, she says. Coping, moving, reflecting on all, she says. Lozzie cut her short with much trepidations. Final talk of the day came from Tash, the illusionist. Confusionist mask, you're refusing the task, infusing a lasting delusion of convexity. What marvellous perceptual complexity. Can we apply such tricks to feeling your knee? Perhaps before David's saucily soothing soiree. A crapload of wine muscled back, quickly gifted, pain decreased, quickerly. Crossmodal sensory modulation, creaking the back indentation. It's stiffer, I'm sure it is, but it's not. The sound changes the feel, but joints it does not. Your brain uses everything when you get a sensation. And may you all today depart richer for having the day, for putting your whole embodied self through its paces, for chatting with mateses, and for just longing for the next Pain Adelaide day, possibly the best little pain meeting in the world. Thanks. I'd like to say a big thank you to the chairs, Tasha